Welcome back. In our pet segment this morning, we're talking puppies. This is so fun. You can't go wrong with puppies. Teaching your new puppy the old tricks. And joining us is Dr. Jay Whittle. Thank you so much. He's got treats in his hand.
Good morning, Ginger.
And then we also have Kendall and Sadie.
This is Kendall and Sadie, correct.
Wonderful. And so obviously very puppy, a lot of energy. She's just adorable.
She's
her
very
little
young,
face.
and when they're and even though she's a very big dog, she's only about 3 months old, and so she's still a little bit young to be going through real aggressive obedience with her. But it is time for her to start learning some basics. Like
Okay,
sit.
so you don't necessarily need to start right when you get puppy home.
No, I don't think you need to go right for it, because their attention span when they're younger is just not that long. But to work with them for 4 or 5 minutes at a time, a couple times a day, certainly easy enough to do that. Formal obedience, probably not till they're about 4 months old.
Okay, so starting with the easy one, right?
The easy one is sit, and Kendall's showing you how to do it right now. You want to have a little treat in your hand, and keep in mind that treats you want to get the treats that you can break into little pieces and just give them a little smidge, because you don't want to overdo it with treats. But food is a powerful motivator, so it's a very good way to get them to teach. So the first thing you want to do, Sadie, stand up, sweetie, when you're trying to teach her to sit. Come on, hey, Sadie, up. Of course, she wants to sit now. Good girl.
Good girl.
But what we're going to do is we're going to take that treat and move it right in front of her head. Go ahead and show us, Kendall. We're going to move right in front of her head, repeating that sit command. And when you move it right above her head, she's going to lean back, and she's naturally going to go into a sit position.
Okay.
So you can teach her to sit right quickly that way.
So the physics of it, you can make work for the dog. Okay.
And then if you have 2 members of the family that can sit on either side of the room, and then call her, Sadie, come, and then bring her to her, Sadie, sit, and put the treat right over her head, make her sit. You're teaching the come command, you're teaching the sit command, and you're reinforcing her name.
Okay.
And that's a great way to get everybody in the family involved, especially the children, because then they're teaching the dog that they are also the alphas and the ones that are in charge.
Now, as the puppy gets a little older, the attention span lengthens, right?
Absolutely.
And now, I know, is it one word? Is that always best? Because if you're doing lay down, my dog's still 6 years old, and it's like I have to point to the ground for him to know it.
One word is always going to be simplest, because that way it's a command that will be able to be repeated easily, not just by you, but by other people too.
Okay, so any other tips for us this morning if we've got, young owners that are saying, oh, I just got a puppy, it's spring. What else can we do beyond that?
Work with them at the very beginning and try to start out good habits at a very early age. Walking them on the leash is one of the most important things that you can do. As you get the puppy used to being walked on the leash, it keeps you in control. And when you're taking them for a leash walk, keep them close to you. Don't let them run out and have full command and be able to run all over the place. Kind of keep them right next to you, and reinforce that, saying heel. That's the other command that I think is a very important command. So you can walk along with them at your heel. They're not going to tangle you up. They're not going to trip you. And then when you come to a stop, put them into a sit. Sadie, sit. Sadie, sit. Sit. Sit.
Aww.
See how she goes right into a sit position. Kendall,
So
can you give her
Kendall,
a
you've
treat?
been
I
doing
didn't
a
have
great
one
job.
with her.
She knows a couple other tricks. She was starting to give me a paw,
Kendall's
too,
been
I could
working
see.
really well with her.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
in
for having us.
again. We always have information on this pet segment. Also, you can contact the Chicago Veterinary Medical Association at 630